guys and welcome. I'm so excited to be finally back, and probably you've noticed that I was gone for a week, which is a long time for me, but I decided to take some time off for my 30th birthday that I didn't want to spend at home, so I decided to go to the place that I've been wanting to visit for the longest time ever, which is huge and very busy historical city of Istanbul. And it was such a fun experience for me. Not only I've been invited to it a couple of times, but I wanted to experience the culture there, and I won't lie and will definitely tell you my secret, because I don't know how about you, but I always see these Turkish hairdressers cut women's hair over on reels in such a unique way that I wanted it to get done for myself. So that was kind of like a present for myself. And of course, I've also smelled some cool fragrances in Turkey, but it's pretty tricky to get your hands on some high quality stuff over there, although I definitely noticed Turkish niche perfume market growing, because so many brands have been presented at X songs, and I have a few of them in my collection. But if you're in the country, you get a lot of these fakes on, every corner, so you need to be careful with that. But I brought home some inexpensive perfume oils and also niche fragrances that I hunted there. So today I really wanted to take a moment and share with you some great Turkish brands with you. So if you are into that, definitely keep on watching. More helpful information is going to be down below in the description box as always, so feel free to check it out. And also don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up, as well as feel free to subscribe to my channel. And without any further ado, let's get started. And it's gonna be So this video is going to be quite chatty because I am very inspired from my trip, so I really want to share with you how it has been for us with Benny. But we haven't been so organized, so we didn't see too many things, and Istanbul is huge and it is a little bit touristic, so you need to be careful not to get into the tourist trap on literally every street. But let me know if you're from there, maybe you are Turkish, maybe you have some tips for me for the future. And I want to get started, of course, talking about perfumes. So the first fragrance I actually bought, it's this typical oil that you will find in literally every kiosk, and I've been very careful, paying attention that I won't be ripped off. And I decided, what the heck, it was like 150 liras, and I decided to go for this typical musky rose fragrance just because I wanted to wear it all throughout the trip, so then I will associate it with that time. And it smells musky, it smells kind of clean, like this Arabic type of Acar with some rosiness to it. Nothing too special, but can be easily, ripped in the hair or applied over clothing, but be careful because it can leave a stain. And yeah, it wasn't expensive at all, so that was my first find. And then we discovered a pretty cool shop where they sold their own fragrances, and the name of this company is Amissa Perfumes. So they have, I believe, over 300 fragrances, maybe more. I actually asked but forgot the number. And they haven't been like replicas or necessarily straight up copies. Definitely a few inspired fragrances occasionally, but the collection is enormous and there have been really interesting finds. And at first I didn't even want to buy anything, but the guy who worked there was pretty cool. And I don't know how about you guys, maybe you've been to Istanbul, let me know your experience. Maybe they are actually tired and sick of tourists, but I mean, like, they live from that business, so but they're not too kind, they don't smile too much. I'm not really used to that. I've been to Bucharest a couple of months ago, and people there also very like poker face. And in Europe they smile more, especially in Germany. Everyone is so polite and they will be like trying to give you good service. Not the best, Germany is not really known for that, but anyway, I digress, so sorry. But yeah, he was really nice, and I decided, what the heck, let's buy a few, and I ended up with 3. And the one I like liked the most I didn't buy, and now I kind of regret just a little bit, but okay, I was kind of on a budget, so yeah, I'm still satisfied. So these are perfume oils. They had also the sprayable bottles, and I will show you one in a second. Very nice presentation. This is nothing special, just a roll on, once again, this kind of perfume oil, but not as you know, thick and almost like milky as this one. So this is like more pure quality. And this fragrance, I asked him for vanilla and he showed me a few. I wasn't too impressed, but there is something very heady about this one. I can't tell you anything about the notes. I can't really find them on you know, like internet, and I can only judge by my nose, which it's getting reminded of some tropical place. It's like not necessarily suntan lotion, but mix of coconut and some exotic tropical fruits with vanilla. So it's that luscious type of a summery vanilla fragrance, more for the ladies, and it's kind of lovely. But then as I started wearing it, because you know, when you experience perfumes in the shop, let me know if you've ever had that experience. You kind of like them, and then you start wearing them maybe on a different day, maybe you know, other weather condition, and then it just doesn't work, or you know, there is no magic that you experience in the shop. But it's still a lovely fragrance. I think it will be more suitable for the summertime. Another one, I wanted like something more with patchouli and oud, and I don't know, I just went for this one because they showed me so many, and I started feeling bad because I was like, okay, I'm not impressed that much. But this smells really lovely. It smells like very juicy type of chocolatey patchouli, you know. It's not going into that gourmand direction, but there is something delicious and very juicy, very fresh about it. More masculine, so I will just hand it over to Benny, and I think it's going to be lovely for him. Very different type of fragrances. And then in the end, as I was waiting for them to fill these up, I just grabbed a bottle occasionally and loved it so much. And they told me it's actually the last piece. I don't know if I can trust them because, you know, Turks, but okay, never mind. I got it because it is really, really pretty, such a lovely fragrance, and it doesn't even matter if it's the last one or not. If it is, then even better. But I mean, like, this is that lemonish, fluffy type of vanilla musk that I've been so into for the last couple of weeks, I guess, that has some similarity with the Lyra, or better to say with Teodora Scalatini's lemon tart. If you're familiar with it, I have a review. But anyway, it smells so clean and just very ethereal, absolutely beautiful, kind of gourmand, but with this very effortless, clean, casual muskiness that is not too oriental, but at the same time, you know, it just has something special to it. And let me know if you have any similar fragrances to Lyra. Maybe you know a few, because I plan to film a whole top list of alternatives to that fragrance because it's iconic to me personally. And I've been always wondering if it is inspired by Turkey, because Lyra, you know, but anyway, it is sitting over there. So yeah, that's it for Amissa brand. Now, for the last evening, we actually met with Barol, who is one of the co-founders of one of the first Turkish brands I've ever experienced, which is Regalian. I have a couple of their perfumes. For example, their Salty Vetiver is amazing, and for the lovers of Rooty Iris, they also have this really nice one, Clubs of Iris and Spade of Vetiver. So there are a couple of more in their collection that are cool. Huss, for example, is very similar to Lyra that I referred to a minute ago, and it was so lovely actually catching up with him, because we've been always asked when we finally come to Istanbul. So I was like, okay, let's meet, and he took us to the amazing fish restaurant. We had so much fun, and then we had to his office and he showed us the place with all the perfumes. And I really wanted to give a huge shout out to Ethel, which has been a huge favorite of mine for a long time. It is part of their Hammam collection, and if you are not familiar with this ritual, it is very cultural and important for Turkish people. It's kind of like this ritual that they do, public bathing, getting cleansed, just letting go of all the unnecessary things. And there are 3 fragrances in the collection, and Ethel is my favorite. I believe he told us that this is also a bestseller, and it smells like the freshest and crispest rose ever. It smells like rose soap, but in a very modern and abstract way. Actually, I featured another fragrance from this collection in the video about very atmospheric perfumes, and this is that spa experience in a bottle. Smells very modern, not too oriental at all. They have more Turkish offerings in the collection, but yeah, this is the first brand that I want to mention because, you know, the people behind it are very passionate and truly kind. But my first experience with Turkish perfumery was with Nishane, and this is probably one of the most famous Turkish niche brands with highest quality fragrances ever. And for today's video, I decided to feature Une X. Une is my all-time favorite. That perfume is unbeatable and it is super popular. Une X, it's like its fresher version. It smells very bright. You spray it on and it's just burst of happiness with citrusy notes, but I love the creamy vanilla in here that is not gourmand at all. It has this powdery woodiness to it, and the fragrance is a huge compliment getter. If you want this massive projection, lots of compliments, and just great time wearing a beautiful niche perfume, get yourself Une or Une X for the summertime. By the way, you can check it out at So Avant-Garde and also get many more niche fragrances over there. Feel free to use my discount to save a little bit on it. But let's get back to my Turkish finds because, you know, as I told you, it's not very easy to find something good quality there. And for the last evening, Varol actually recommended us this beautiful baklava place, and it was so interesting that once we got there, in that area have been some other baklava shops, and they've been fancy, very beautiful. Everything looked absolutely gorgeous inside, and there have been no people at all. And at that place we got a recommendation for all the crowd has been to, you know, like it was like 10 p.m. and I love that so many shops have been open till, you know, almost midnight in Turkey. That's a great side of it. I like that. Probably not that good for people who work there, but like for me, I appreciate long working or opening hours, better to say. And everyone has been there. The place was amazing, super delicious. But before we got there, I was like, is it a perfume shop? Let's go inside. And Benny was like, okay. And people who were there have been fantastic. First of all, they showed me like almost all they got, and they had very different price categories, they had very different brands, and I noticed that they had like niche and also very inexpensive stuff, and they haven't been as pushy as almost everyone else is over there. So I really appreciated that, and I was like feeling bad in the end that I didn't buy anything. And we got out of the shop going to the baklava place, and I told Benny, okay, you know what, there was one really lovely fragrance and I want to buy it. I mean, like, it's my last money, I don't mind. And we get back and the guy was so kind. He was like, thank you, that matters so much to me. So I will put the name of the place on the screen because it's really not easy to find a niche shop over there, and I was bummed about that. I thought there were going to be so many different ones because, you know, there are, but they're all like replica brands and not authentic stuff. But anyway, it was just very nice, and that experience in the shop was also very pleasant. So I haven't smelled it since then. And let's do that together. So this is a Turkish brand that is called Tekin Acar Istanbul, and the fragrance is Petra perfume for women. So maybe I will be wearing it to my new working place that I started tomorrow, so wish me luck. And yeah, so let's first spray it on, and then I'll check the notes. Oh, nice sprayer. Oh yeah, it's like, oh yeah, oh wow, now it smells of lilac. I love that, you know, fresh lilac on a spring day, just like the one that's growing in my mom's garden. Oh, I just love that crispness. I'm not into green perfumes that much, but I like when you have that green, milky creaminess. That's something that I really enjoy a lot. And it says that in here we have blackberry, mandarin leaf, silk tree blossom. I definitely get the texture. I mean, like, seriously, guys, jasmine, rose, orange blossom, tonka bean, vanilla, and sandalwood. So this is an amazing perfume, definitely feminine, so gorgeous, like literally love at first sniff. So yeah, I don't regret that I got back and bought it. Now It's perfect for the springtime with all the flowers and green tones. But let's talk about some other great niche brands. So one of my recent finds actually this year at XOMS was this really cool brand Seven Gates. They have amazing, very futuristic, not too traditional Turkish designs, and the fragrance Heroine is one of my favorites. There are a couple of others that I enjoyed a lot, but what I like about this one is that so sorry, it got in my mouth. It's a very dry, dusty, powdery fragrance that opens woody with amber seeds, and then it slowly gets into more floral direction, but not too much, still staying in the dusty, very elusive woodsyness. So it's a very interesting perfume with like iris, sandalwood, I guess there is even cognac in there, maybe a hint of vanilla. But yeah, it's something very atmospheric once again, and this brand is super nice. Their vanilla fragrance is still on my wish list. But another great brand and also very modern, not what you expect from a Turkish brand, is Ephemeral Dyadic, and even from the bottle you can tell that this is something very contemporary, and the fragrance body and Utah is very close to my heart. Actually, the minute I saw the name and also the guys, all people, like I know all people behind these brands personally, and they are super nice people, like super nice, so gentle, so open, so kind, warm-hearted. And brother and sister behind this brand, they are very, very cool. I like them so much, especially once I learned that he loves my all-time favorite movie. I mean, like, it's gonna be the best till, you know, the day I die, which is Point Break with Keanu Reeves, with Patrick Swayze, so young, so sexy, with surfers, and you know, nothing can get better. And they have a perfume inspired by that, which definitely suits characters from the movie. They are very masculine, like in the best way possible, super sexy. Just imagine, let's just watch the movie if you haven't, like you're missing out on something super cool. And the fragrance is super modern. It's like a little bit ambroxany, smells salty, extremely salty. This is almost one of the saltiest aquatics I know, and it would be gorgeous on a man. Not too feminine, more for man, and oh my god, fits the characters perfectly. And I have two more brands to share with you, so let's go on with Unique Hue. They have more of you know, traditional Turkish, more, you know, like bling bling, but at the same time dine with style presentation. And this fragrance Mashumaru is something that is mind-blowing, not for everyone, definitely a special, maybe even offensive to some, but I was so impressed with this scent that smells like burnt marshmallows. And I'm not talking about something candy sweet. You will get that gasoline note. It is a little bit I would say like realistic and also artificial, but it wears very nicely. It is gourmand for sure, but it is not sweet. It's smoky, a little bit burnt, and there is this rough green gasoline thing, which is exciting. I think it's something for those who are looking for very unique experience with perfume, but they have some other great offerings like their mango perfume or a couple of others. I wish I had more in the collection, but so far this is the only one I have. And last but not least, and I have actually a couple of fragrances from the very luxurious niche brand called Acar, and I have review with the entire collection overview on my channel that I highly recommend you to check out, because their perfumes are so special, and it was hard to choose one for today's video, but I decided to go with wonderful Tonka because oh my god, I've been dreaming about it for a long time, and since I got it, actually my mom stole it from me, as she always does with great perfumes, and every time she wears it I'm like always so into the scent. I'm like, why didn't I keep it for myself? Very polarizing, very complex. It smells of Coca-Cola, it smells of soap, it smells sometimes of sweets, very different from time to time, aromatic in the opening, right? And then you will get this absolutely delicious dried on, and sometimes it smells of sweets to me. If you like that very beautiful Swedish oriental ambery patchouli with tonka, you need to check it out, because this is one of a kind type of fragrance. It's not similar to anything else out there. Maybe if you like tonka cola from Mancera, sometimes in the opening I recall the similarity, but they are totally different, and this is a very grown-up, very rich, very, just yeah, fancy type of fragrance. They have others in the collection that are also absolutely amazing. My boyfriend absolutely adores my Magic, and that perfume was my #1 before that. Of course, they are different, but this brand really deserves your attention if you are into extremely luxurious niche perfumery, and all of these niche brands that I've just shared with you are worth your attention. So let me know if you have any experience with them, or maybe other Turkish brands, and their perfumery is growing. There are a couple of others that I haven't mentioned today, like Niche and some others, and I really want to get more of them for myself. And if you have any questions left, I'm here to answer them. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Follow me on my social media, JUS Perfumes, with my discounts. All the helpful information is down below, and I'm looking forward to hear from you. On that note, make sure to stay tuned, smell good. We'll see each other next one really soon. Bye guys.